Hey all, this is Stephanie with Energy Aligns, and this is my Thursday Tarot Insight. Every week I come up here and I pull one tarot card that highlights and harnesses the energy of the collective. And then I talk a little bit about how we can, as individuals, take that information and use it for our day-to-day lives, how we can have more self-awareness, more awareness in our daily living. So thanks for showing up today. And the card I pulled is the Sun card, and this is, as you can see, a bright, beautiful card. It's not one of the minor arcana that we've been pulling. It's actually a major arcana. So in the tarot we have the minor arcanas, which are the suits, so the swords or the wind. And in the major arcana we have numbers 1, or is actually 0 through 21, and this is getting up there in the full cycle of the tarot major arcana. This is number 19, and it's the Sun. And the first word that came when I pulled this card was exuberance. And it may not feel like that right now for the collective. There is a strong force, though, coming through the collective. It's in this card. You can see it. This strong force coming through as new, and also holding, which is like our sun, the force that creates life or sustains life for us. Without the sun, we would not be able to sustain our life. And here is the life force, and then there's newness coming through. And so when I say a strong force coming through the collective, what do I mean? So the energy is rising, that is rising up, is strong, it's fueled, and it is powerful. And what it shows in this card is it is a true birthing of newness. That's what's happening underneath all of the mess that we're watching in the world, if we want to call it that, is the birthing of something super powerful, and that is true newness. And that's a little bit why we've all been in this, like the last tarot insight, in a little bit of state of confusion, because the newness is new and we don't know what it actually is yet. And so it's been throwing us really all over the place. What this card, the Sun, shows to me is, one, there is more than meets the eye to our existence, to our purpose as humans, collectively and individually. It's a bigger than we think, which we've talked about before in these tarot insights. And not only is it bigger than we think, but it's much simpler than we think. And so we're part of this bigger system in the universe energetically, and trying to figure out what it is challenging, because it's beyond what we can actually comprehend with our minds. We have to use all of our systems. And so what this card is showing us is that it's actually simpler than we are trying to make it. What is this imagery saying? And I ask you to take a look at it and ask yourselves what it is saying to you. And when I ask how can we harness this energy for our individual lives, beyond what we're looking at in the collective, in the world, in the news out there, in the global scope, is that it's asking us to look to our communities, to get small, focus smaller. It doesn't mean to forget or to look away from a global existence completely. It does mean to take breaks. And it also means to be in your life. Like, in your life is where we're going to actually be able to feel and sense and interpret in ourselves the newness that's coming in. So in our families, in our communities, in any relationships that we have, in gatherings, in the interactions we have with people in our day-to-day life, in the store or at work, to see, feel, and reconnect with our humanity. That's what this card is basically showing to us. that, it is bigger than we think, yet it's simpler than we think. And if we are constantly enlarging our focus and looking just at the global world, which is what we are going to be living in constantly, that is the nature of us on earth as a humanity. We will be living globally. But if we just are looking at the bigger picture all the time, and when we're just enlarging our focus all the time, it makes it hard to connect to ourselves, and therefore hard to connect with others. And that's the basis of our humanity, right? To connect and to feel our humanity. That's what's being asked. And so take another last look at this card. How we tap into this energy for ourselves as individuals in our daily life. Connect with our communities, look at our communities, just like I said, get small, focus, zoom in on our lives a little bit. And a way we can do this is spend downtime, focusing on something small and simple, getting quiet, and asking ourselves, where in our life can we find some joy? And look at this card. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful card. And our joy, what we've been being trained to experience as joy, is big. And joy can be small, and it can be simple. And the feeling of it can also be small and simple. And I am asking all of you to just tune into that a little bit in your lives and find it somewhere, because it exists. It exists in everybody's lives somewhere throughout your day. A joyous moment, a joyous thought, a joyous thing that you're looking at. And again, it's not about feeling like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. It's really about appreciation. And that could be appreciating that you have a shirt to put on out of your closet. It could be appreciation as you walk to your car every day. There's this beautiful plant. It could be appreciation when you get in your car, that you have a moment to just take a breath. And even when it's very difficult, things are difficult in our world, things are possibly very difficult in your day-to-day. We all have difficulties from a scope of 0 to 1,000. And within that, there's always somewhere to find some joy. I want to thank you all for showing up and watching my Tarot Insight every Thursday. I would love it if you made a comment and reached out and shared or asked a question to engage in what you are feeling about for the collective right now. We're all feeling it, and we all have different variations of how we're feeling. And it's amazing time to see that the bigger collective is changing so much, and we can use the information from something like this, the Tarot Insight, looking at a tarot card or watching somebody talk about astrology, the bigger picture, so that we can understand how we can move about our day to day with a little more ease and a little more compassion for ourselves, that we're not alone. So thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye.